The Gina and Maddie podcast.
Yesterday, I got to go up to Flamingos Live and do a lunchtime concert, which, as you know, is my favourite. We were home by 6:30, in bed by 8.
Sounds like it was a good night or afternoon.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Well, it's this beautiful venue. It used to be Lizottes, and it's a real fave amongst artists because you love to sit in this really intimate. It's like an old movie theatre.
Yep.
And the new owners have decorated it kind of differently, and it's called Pink Flamingos now. So you walk in and there's pink fairy lights, and it actually feels a bit Pink Pony Club, I reckon. That's what I felt when I walked in. So gorgeous. They give you amazing food. Everyone sits down. It's just the most beautiful venue. And Rod opened, and he's cheap. It's because I don't pay him as a support act.
He just does what he's told.
Yeah. But he's incredible. Like, he's one of the finest musicians. I mean, he's my husband, but I'm super proud. He truly is one of the finest musicians in Australia, and he blows people away, gets the banjo out, and he's really, really fast on the banjo, and beautiful stories and beautiful songs. So he started, and then I go out after that, and lots of our listeners came to the show. Lots and lots of listeners. I want to say hello to Michelle, Greg, Daryl, Chantel, Tony. Heaps of others came up and said hello. And it was lovely to meet them in real life. But it was nice being back on stage, because I'm not on stage as much as I used to be. It feels like home for me. It feels really natural and lots of fun. But we changed the show up these days, because what we're finding with an audience is they really want to be nostalgic. And you're noticing even with the music that we play here with Cyril, for instance, playing, the older stuff, people love to hear what they used to listen to and what made them happy from the past, kind of thing. So we've actually added back into the show. Well, I used to sing this song when I was 12, when I was busking in Toowoomba, Take Me Home Country Roads. And it's like, it's a bit crass, but lots of people are doing it. And we just stop, and the audience just sings, and the audience takes over, and it's a really lovely moment. Bloody loved it. And then, of course, my most requested song at a show like that, because we have a request section at the end where we finish the show and I say, all right. Was
it hands up in the audience kind of gear, or did the people write a song before they come in?
No, hands up. So they don't know I'm going to do this, but I say, look, we're finished. Clearly we're finished. I can either go backstage and pretend like I'm not going to come back out and you cheer for an encore, or I can just stay here and and they go, stay, don't do that. And then I'm just honest with them, and I go, we do this bit now where you just request. If I didn't do a song that you wished I did, just yell out for it and I'll give it a go. They did yell out for one I couldn't remember.
Drop it like it's hot, Snoop Dogg. Can you do that one for us, Gina?
But my most requested song ever, you'd think would be Girls' Night Out was my thing in the 90s, but my most requested song ever is a song from back in the early 90s. Andrew Denton had this thing called a musical challenge, I've probably told you about before, and artists do songs outside of their own genre, like Jimmy Barnes did Dancing Queen, and I did Creep by Radiohead, and that's just my most requested song ever. So we do that, and we do sort of a country-ish version of that, and that's super fun. I had so much fun, met so many people from the radio station who listen to us here. So hello if you're listening, if you're up this early. And my heart is full to have sung again. You can hear that it kind of, played a bit with my voice, but heart is very full from a gig up at Lizottes.
Beautiful.
Pink Flamingos.
You got it. Well, the old Lizottes. The old Lizottes.
Gina and Maddie.
So every Friday, thanks to our great mates at Tumby Meats, we have Brekkie Bangers, a song voted by you, the Central Coast. But to get to that voting process, each member of the Gina and Maddie show nominate a song for you to vote for. Now, towards the back end of last year, there was a lot of controversy about people using songs. We're not going to name names, Gina. People using songs that have been used before, stealing other people's songs. So at the beginning of 2025, producer CJ wrote up a contract that we all signed.
Even the boss signed it?
Yeah. And let's just go back to Friday quickly. If you've just tuned in, this is what happened on Friday. Gina won with Shaggy's Mr. Lover Lover.
Your Brekkie Banger, Shaggy. Here on Star 104.5. Gina Jeffries, another point on the board for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are well and truly in the lead, streaking ahead. CJ and we need to pick up our game with our bangers, I think, Siege. I got
myself ahead a lot because I added an extra point because I told her, you're on your fifth point, can you do a slash instead of doing it straight down?
Sure.
And then she didn't erase the extra slack.
Oh my God.
I'm just following instructions, Matt.
And did you do it in permanent marker? Yeah. I knew you would.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the leaderboard. Let's save that for Monday, I reckon. Let's pencil in Brekkie Banger's leaderboard and contract that we signed chat for Monday because I think there's some discrepancies about what has just happened on air today. But we will get to that on Monday's show.
Well, it is Monday's show.
Ruh-roh.
CJ, you've got the contract in
Yes,
front of
I
you.
have the official Brekkie Bangers official contract agreement in my hands that we have all signed, which notes points like song eligibility. The player agrees that they cannot select a song that has been previously won in Brekkie Bangers in previous years. If they do, the player will lose 2 points off their tally. Or voting integrity. The player agrees that they will not use burner accounts to engage in any form of voting tactics during the voting process.
No dramas
or
there.
They lose 2 points.
There's no dramas in either of those
But
2
then
points
I
that you've read
flip
out.
the page.
Yeah.
Rule number 5, no outside assistance. The player agrees to select their song independently without any outside assistance or they lose 2 points off their tally. Now, Gina Jeffries, there was a discussion in the office that you were saying quite out loud proudly that many people could overhear asking Losmos from the Fun and Games department, what song should I put up this week for Brekkie Bangers?
Yes, I like everyone to feel like a part of the game.
And I heard her say, Mr. Lover Lover. Now on Friday, it's Brekkie Bangers time.
Yeah.
What song does Gina pick? Mr. Lover Lover.
Bombastic by Shaggy.
It's such a good song.
We can't rob the coast
No,
of
we
the song because they
can't.
voted for it,
Yeah.
right? So we're not going to not play the song, but we need to bring out the whiteout and wipe off 2 points.
2 points
Off the leaderboard. Well, it's actually 3 because really
you
you
put up
two
a
up.
fake
You
point.
put up a fake point. Wipe off 3 points off the leaderboard.
1 point.
3 points gone from Gina Jeffries' leaderboard, which then will even things right up. Gina and I equal on 5, CJ on
Jeez.
4. The competition is tight.
Stupid rules.
Rules are final.
You signed the contract.
Gina and Maddie.
Yesterday, before the storm rolled in last night, G, here on the coast was the Beta Bay Running Festival. And joining us in the studio right now is Mickey, who works in our Fun and Games department. Hi, Mickey.
Hi.
Mate, your first ever running festival?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I did the half marathon.
Let me get you a ding and a clap.
So where does that start and where does it end?
It started at the Bayview Hotel down at Woy Woy.
Yeah.
We had to run down, I don't even know what the path's called, 5Ks down and then back, and then we ran towards, finished at Industry Stadium.
Beautiful. How was the How was the vibe at the finish line? Were you happy to get there?
Yeah,
or
I was happy to get there. I was definitely happy to get there.
21 kilometres. Are you a runner?
Yeah, I am now.
And how long did it take you to train to be able to do that?
I was training for about 12 weeks.
And
I
training
think.
just going for a little run every day, or how do you train for something like that?
I followed a half marathon running plan. My boyfriend's an avid marathon runner, so he kind of just led the way. He's like, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing this. And
Wow.
yeah, I kind of just followed along with him, which was good.
Good on you, mate. It's real an achievement doing something like that, and you should be super proud of yourself, which clearly you are. Because today in the office, what people can't see listening to this in the car or wherever they are is what you're wearing. Now, you're wearing your...
I'm wearing my running shirt that I got for completing, as well as my medal. And honestly, if I didn't wear it today, I feel like I couldn't wear it.
Well,
so
exactly.
today's the day to do
Rock
it.
How long can you wear your finisher's medal for after you finish a race? Now, we're coming up to 24 hours. What time do you reckon you finished yesterday? It was around lunchtime?
About 11 o'clock.
Okay, so we're coming up to 24 hours. How long can you get away with wearing your finishing medal for? Now, what do you think, Gina Jeffries, is the length of time that you can wear your finisher's medal for?
Well, I would think that day and all the next day for sure. And then if you have to whip it out just to show people that you've done it, you just put it back
Just
on
until
again.
June next year. You guys think I'll just wear this until next year?
CJ, you've been around a few running events in your time. How long can you wear the participation medal for around?
Until you shower when you get home.
Okay,
then it's off.
Then it's off
And
that
in the
day?
box, yeah.
Right. Mickey, how long are you planning on wearing it for, do you reckon?
I'll let the coasties decide.
Okay, that is a great call. Let's do it. Debbie, from Tacoma. You have the final word on this, Debbie. How long can Mickey wear her medal for?
She can absolutely wear it all week.
All week, Mickey.
Yes. Okay.
I agree, actually, because you've really, really achieved something and everybody needs to know.
Oh, if everyone doesn't already know.
They do now.
Yeah.
Listen to Gina and Maddie weekday mornings from 5:30.
Live on the Star Player.